Hey nature lovers, welcome back to another amazing nature video. Today we're diving into the world of animals with the longest lifespans. From tiny microscopic creatures to giants of the sea, nature is always full of surprises. Get ready to meet some animals that make our lifespans look super short. But first, don't forget to subscribe, hit that like button, and turn on notifications. Let's get started. Kicking off our list at number 10 is a symbol of wisdom and patience in the animal kingdom, the Seychelles giant tortoise. These massive reptiles can live for over 150 years and are only found on the Seychelles Islands in the Indian Ocean. They have a slow metabolism, eat plants, and live a peaceful life. And get this, they can weigh up to a whopping 1,100 pounds. The oldest tortoise ever recorded, named Jonathan, is still alive today. He's the oldest land animal in the world at 191 years old and lives on the island of St. Helena in the South Atlantic. At number 9, we're heading to the top of the ocean food chain with the bowhead whale, a giant that can live for over 200 years. These majestic animals live in the icy waters of the Arctic and are known for their long migrations and complex songs. Bowhead whales have a slow metabolism, have very few babies at a time, and a strong immune system, all of which contribute to their long lifespans. Scientists even found one bowhead whale that was around 211 years old, far exceeding their initial estimates. Coming in at number 8 is a small but mighty fish, the rough-eye rockfish. This fish has beautiful colors that range from red to orange and yellow. And guess what? This species can live for an incredible 205 years. That easily makes it one of the longest living fish in the world. These fish live in the Pacific Ocean, and their slow metabolism is one of the secrets to their long lives. They're not so small when they grow up, reaching lengths of up to 38 inches, and they eat other animals like shrimp and even smaller fish. Taking the 7th spot, we have a creature that's right at home in rivers, the freshwater pearl mussel. Its name is a bit of a giveaway. These mussels can live for centuries. They're filter feeders, which means they get their food by filtering particles out of the water. Freshwater pearl mussels have a slow metabolism and grow slowly, which helps them live such long lives. You can find them in rivers and streams in Europe and North America. Plus, they're incredibly tough and can handle changes in climate. The oldest known freshwater mussel lived to be a remarkable 280 years old, according to the World Wildlife Fund. Sadly, these amazing creatures are now endangered. We're heading to Greenland for our 6th place contender, the Greenland shark. Greenland sharks live in the deep waters of the Arctic and North Atlantic Oceans. They can grow to be up to 24 feet long and feed on other animals like fish and seals. A study published in the journal Science in 2016 looked at the eye tissue of Greenland sharks. It estimated that these sharks can live for at least 272 years. The oldest shark they studied was around 392 years old, and the researchers believe they could potentially live to be as old as 512 years old, making them the longest living vertebrates on Earth. It is believed that the oldest known individual of this species was born in 1505 AD, which means it turns 520 years old this year. We're diving into the top 5 now, and we're heading to the deep ocean to meet the tube worms. Tube worms look like giant thin stalks of bamboo, and they live in clusters of millions, covering huge areas on the ocean floor. They have a thin, flexible tube on their bodies made of secretions that protect and support them. One type of tube worm, called Escarpia laminata, lives on the ocean floor in the Gulf of Mexico, and some of them have been found to live for over 300 years. They have a low death rate because they don't have many natural threats or predators. Moving to the shallower waters of the Atlantic Ocean, we find our 4th place winner, the ocean quahog. The ocean quahog is a clam that lives buried in the sand. Its slow metabolism and the environment it lives in contribute to its long lifespan. An ocean quahog found off the coast of Iceland in 2006 was a staggering 507 years old, according to the National Museum Wales in the UK. They nicknamed him Ming because he was born in 1499 during the Ming Dynasty, which ruled China from 1368 to 1644. Unfortunately, Ming died during research. He was the oldest ocean quahog ever known. We've reached the podium. In third place, we have the deepwater black coral. From this point on, we're talking about animals that don't just live for hundreds of years, but thousands. Corals might look like rocks or colorful underwater plants, but they're actually made up of the exoskeletons of tiny invertebrates called polyps. In other words, they're animals. These polyps multiply and replace themselves over and over again, creating a genetically identical copy, which over time makes the coral's exoskeleton structure grow bigger and bigger. Corals can live for hundreds of years, but a species called black coral, Leiopathes, has the longest living corals. Get this, scientists found one off the coast of Hawaii that was a mind-blowing 4,265 years old. Taking the silver medal in second place, we have the glass sponges. Ever wondered why SpongeBob doesn't age throughout the episodes? Well, it turns out that sponges are made up of colonies of animals, similar to corals, and they can also live for thousands of years. However, one species takes the crown for the longest living sponge on Earth. It's called Monoraphis chuni, or simply the glass sponge. You'll often find it on the ocean floor. It gets its name from its skeleton, which looks like glass. A 2012 study published in the journal Chemical Geology estimated that one glass sponge specimen was around 11,000 years old. It really puts into perspective how small and short-lived we are, not just in size but in lifespan too. And now for the moment you've all been waiting for. Our first place winner isn't just one animal, but two. Taking the gold medal are the immortal jellyfish and the hydra. We've seen some seriously old animals so far, but these two might just live forever. Let's start with Turritopsis dohrnii, also known as the immortal jellyfish. They start life as larvae, then transform into polyps, and eventually become free-swimming jellyfish. But here's the amazing part. If they get injured, starve, or are under stress, they can revert back to their polyp stage. This reset button on their life cycle means they don't die of old age. However, they can still die from predators or diseases. Then we have the hydra. They're similar to jellyfish, and just like the immortal jellyfish, hydras also have the potential to live forever and don't show signs of aging. These animals are mostly made up of stem cells which constantly regenerate through duplication or cloning. Like the immortal jellyfish, hydras don't live forever in the wild because of predators and diseases, but without those external factors, they could potentially be immortal. So the immortal jellyfish and hydra live for an indefinite amount of time. Imagine how old they could be. So, what did you think of these long-living animals? Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, subscribe to our channel, share it with your friends, and check out our other videos. See you next time.